So I used to escape from reality by just hopping on the game, smoking me a little bit of smoking me a J or something, and hopping on the game and just basically forgetting about the world. That to me was supposedly the best feeling in my heart. There'll be times where you will not want to get up in the morning and take care of yourself or anything and just hop straight on the game. Forget about how unhealthy that is because we already know. Yeah, I never really played Resident Evil before. So yeah, man, I used to escape by hopping straight on the game, first thing in the morning, no brushing teeth, no taking a shower, hop straight on the game, smoke my weed, hop in the game, and forget about the world, man. Don't worry about anything and not stress about nothing. And I know that was unhealthy, but I don't know what I didn't know the consequences that I was bound to reap from my actions. So essentially I kind of just used the video game to escape, everything every day. And obviously I know how unhealthy that is. This is why I always promote the boys in my YouTube channel to always start some kind of YouTube channel of some sort when it specifically comes to gaming, because this is what I personally used to always do. It's never really the most satisfying coming to the same thing every single day. You want to basically be able to experience something new every day. And so coming to the game every day to escape, or escapism by the game or through the game, is just the worst way to go about that. I wouldn't suggest anybody to use the game in order to escape. I would say stop escaping your problems, because it's gonna get worse. So probably the number one thing you probably shouldn't escape, of course, is God, because he's gonna make your life better always. He's gonna always make your life better. It's not about making your life better. It's about not letting death reign over your life, knowing that there's been a sacrifice worth offering. That's number one. The number one thing that you probably shouldn't avoid at all costs is God. God is always there to help, and not just help, but he is literally your salvation. This is the most important thing. This is supposed to be the most important thing to everybody. Yeah, I'd say the second most important thing is going to be probably your education next. So this does not mean this absolutely has nothing to do with school or whatever it is that probably think I'm talking about when it comes to quote-unquote education in this world. What I mean by education is actually the desire to learn, the desire to want to learn and actually learn something new and become good at something. The desire to want to learn, that should be obviously second. Without it being second, then you probably wouldn't even want to. That's like a part of the part of the Holy Spirit is wisdom. In Proverbs it says, how much better is it to gain insight than to have silver? I think that's what it is. The proverb says insight is much deeper than just knowledge, understanding. The Bible isn't really learning. It's more like meta learning, like neuroplasticity on steroids. That even means wisdom. You don't want to. I'd 100% rather get up and listen to a bunch of Bible verses or read a bunch of Bible verses, super neutral, unbiased, and eternal. I mean, if I want to learn something, I know that God is going to lead me to right. So I have faith that God is going to lead me to the right thing to learn. You'll see that you feel much more confident going on about the day. So yeah, definitely don't escape trying to learn. If your brain is fiending for something new to learn, don't avoid that. That's literally uneducated right there. Third one is definitely going to be avoiding any kind of human connections with people. You don't want to avoid any kind of connections with people because you don't want to. Your mom and dad only have a few years on this earth, and you don't want to remember coming back and remembering yourself playing the game while they were alive, and you had plenty of chances to speak to them or talk to them or whatever, but you chose to play the game. And now when you play the game, you can't help but think about them, or just in general can't help but just regret playing the game, instead of it even not necessarily heal you, but allow it to help you escape, which the game should. That's why I want to say don't use the game to escape. So never use the game to escape for that reason right there, because it's very unhealthy, and people need to come be a little bit more aware of that, especially before GTA 6 comes out. People definitely need to know that the game is going to be idolized a lot. I don't even know what I'm going to do when GTA 6 comes out, but all I do know is that the world is going to go crazy for it. And I don't but yeah, man, don't escape any kind of connections that you have with any of your family members, your girlfriends, your siblings, maybe if you have a connection with them. Don't escape any kind of moments, because it's very regretful, man, when you come back in the future and you realize that you spent all that time playing Resident Evil 4. No recoil. I'd say the fourth thing would be probably any kind of self-improvement. Leaving your comfort zone is going to be what happens when you stop playing the game in the first place, right? So that's going to be, that's the whole point, is to leave your comfort zone. And it's more about not being complacent about your living space. If you're basically avoiding everything by using the game, I'm making this video because it destroyed my life in a depressing way. It'll never destroy my life again, but the fact that I remember Back to the Future, the fact that I remember looking back in the past and just remembering all the times that I had avoided conversations and avoided opportunities that I could have taken just because I wanted to play the game for the fleeting moment of pleasure. So I would definitely say, like I said, leaving your comfort zone is going to be the fourth thing. Going to go work out out, or maybe, you know, editing that video that you are totally avoiding right now by playing the game. Discomfort that you have to do that is not basically education, connection, avoiding any kind of discomfort. If it's working the job, then it's working the job, right? But avoiding any kind of discomfort is going to be fourth. Editing that YouTube video, or going out for that, you know, taking your dog out for a walk. Like, come on, man. Avoiding any kind of discomfort means like avoiding brushing your teeth in the morning, you know, things like of that sort. Any kind of discomfort that makes you just uncomfortable in any kind of way, shape, or form. It doesn't even matter how big or small it is. Stop avoiding it for the game. It's not worth it. And how the frick am I supposed to do this? I'm dead. But other than those 4 things, I definitely can't think of anything that is solid, like actually usable wisdom. The 5th thing I always want to say is have fun, but the whole point of escaping is to have fun, but you're having fake fun. So now that I've said all these things, the 5th thing is to have fun playing the game now that you have these 4 things as a structure to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know, in order for you to enjoy the fruits of your hands that your hands work for, you need to be able to have a structure with what you do, especially if you don't have a job to basically sustain, or like that's basically holding you up accountable for. Nobody really knows how business works like that, and that's fine. But basically the whole point is, you know, the Bible says, one thing I've seen, I don't really know exactly how it goes, but Solomon basically, oh my gosh. So look, this is it right here. Ecclesiastes 6:2. Solomon describes a tragic situation. God gives a man riches, wealth, and honor, so that he lacks nothing his heart desires, but God does not allow him to enjoy them. Instead, a stranger will enjoy them. This is futile and a grievous affliction, right? So let's bring this to AI. Why is it given to the second man? Short answer, Ecclesiastes says the second man receives it because the first man cannot enjoy it. His inner capacity for joy is missing, so his wealth naturally passes to someone else, but the deeper meaning is more profound. So think about that for a second. Like, that right there is your problem. That right there is your problem. If you're playing the game yet you can't enjoy it, that's your problem. The Bible goes hand in hand with education. It goes hand in hand with the first one, and the second one go hand in hand. They need each other. So just don't avoid, because honestly, your life's enjoyment comes from, and people always want to look for a singular answer, and there's never going to be a singular answer, but it's never going to come from the pleasures, I guess, that you seek out every single day, which you're going to find it in the pleasures. Guess what? You're going to find it every once in a while, every now and then. You're going to find a pleasure that you like, that you can't maybe get over, or maybe you just like so much. Anyways, the whole point is, you know, the fleeting pleasures of this world is not compared to who you are and what you have in store for the world. And yeah, man, like, you're not born on this earth to play the game. You're born on this earth to do something. Okay, everybody has their own mission, everybody has their own gift, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to find that or not. And if you want to choose to miss out on that opportunity by playing the game and avoiding, you know, basically you're just avoiding. Oh my gosh, that scared the frick out. Ah! Can I really just get jump scared?
Nigga, it's Resident Evil 4.